Showers every day through this area in the afternoon, but typically they do clear by evening.
CBS News Brief. I'm Deborah Rodriguez.
From Mason City to your hometown, we've got the information you need. Turn us on at home, work, and in the car. AM 1300 KGLO.
Your hometown news station, AM 1300 KGLO, streaming live online at KGLOAM.com. As check in with Pete Hjelmstad with the Iowa Department of Transportation this morning, as we try to check in with him each and every week or so. And Pete, good morning. Welcome back.
Morning, Bob.
Well, I know last time we talked, we were wondering if and when some of the Mason City construction projects would start, and they are definitely underway now.
Yeah, you noticed, huh?
Yes, I did notice.
Yeah.
Each and every aspect I noticed.
Yes, exactly. The 122 project, we'll start with that one first. We're focusing on the Monroe intersection right now. We want to get in there, get that done, and get it back opened up before we start reconstructing the eastbound lanes. So traffic is still, it's not head-to-head in the area between Pierce and Monroe, but there are restrictions at Monroe Avenue right now. You can make right turns, and 122 traffic can go east and west through there. Monroe traffic, north and south, cannot cross there, and that will continue for another couple weeks probably. Then the next stage of that, Monroe traffic will not be able to cross as well, and you will not be able to make any turns at the intersection. It'll just be 122 traffic east and west, and we hope to have that done probably by early May. Then Monroe will open up, and then we will start the reconstruction of the eastbound lanes that are going through there. So it will be a season-long construction project, just like last year. Again, as we've touched on, it's not just tearing out concrete and putting down new concrete. There's a lot going on underneath that pavement that needs to be done as far as water line, sewer line, storm sewer. So we'll keep you updated, keep you informed as far as what's going on when we start getting into that as well, and keep you updated on how things are going at the Monroe intersection. US 65 in town, things have started there. They're going well. They're tearing up concrete. 65 is closed to through traffic from 19th Street down to about 28th Street, about Bliss there. So they're having a good time out there and getting things going. Another thing out there that's really making it a little more complicated is all the water line work. You're right near a water tower, so there's plenty of water lines down there that we're working with and working around. So that's going well. The detour's in place. That's going well. One thing I want to talk about real quickly with that is, and we know what happens. We set up detours. Doesn't matter if it's around a bridge out in the country or if it's in town. And that's the detour for through traffic. We know that locals, and we can't stop them, will take any other side streets, shortcuts. The only thing I ask is that if you are taking those shortcuts, be aware that you're driving through neighborhoods, and those neighborhoods are now seeing a lot more traffic than they're used to. So just slow down, be careful at intersections, watch for kids out playing. Again, that's new to a lot of these neighborhoods, all this traffic. So be aware of that as well. Another project that will be starting next week is out on Interstate. We did all the bridge deck work last year in the Clear Lake area. We've got to go back and do some work as far as some shoulder work and some shoulder work along the ramps. It'll be hopefully starting next week. We'll also be doing, if you've noticed, underneath like the old 106 Iowa 122 bridge and Main Street bridge, the sides that go up to Interstate, they are the concrete panels. We are replacing those, taking those out, and we'll be replacing them with rock or riprap. So that work will be going on. And again, it'll just be some minor lane closures, so it won't be too intrusive. The other one that a lot of people are curious about is the US 65 bridge replacement south of Rockwell. Right now they are working there. They've done a lot of clearing of trees so they can do their work. They are also now working on the drilled shafts, and those are more or less concrete pillars that'll be buried deep in the ground that the footings for the piers will be sitting on. The good thing is they're able to do all this work without closing the bridge right now, and that work will continue. The bridge probably won't be closed until late April, early May, but we'll know more as they get going. They just started the drilled shaft work, and when you start drilling those deep holes deep into the ground, you never know what you're going to find. So we'll know more as that work continues and get better timetable on that.
Well, I know, something we talked about before we went on the air, something that has been in the news. Well, we just had an article on the news about it here just a couple of moments ago, the bridge over at Lansing, which I know a lot of people, if they're traveling out this time of year, they head to the Northeast. They, may have used the old bridge at Lansing, and maybe just talk about if people are heading that direction or thinking about, travel plans that direction up in far Northeast Iowa. What should they expect? What do they kind of need to plan for?
Yeah. Well, the big thing is, we had to close that bridge down permanently. I believe all the dates are running together. I believe it was in October.
October. Yep.
Yep. And so we've had a car ferry that has been running since then, and it's been working really well, and people have been really, really happy with it, and it's getting a lot of use. It starts at 5:30 a.m. where it leaves the Wisconsin side and goes to Iowa, and then it just runs back and forth. No really set schedule. It loads who's there and goes back and empties and comes back again, and then it runs. The last trip leaves Iowa at about 9:15 p.m. And the interesting thing about that is if you're familiar with Cassville, just downriver, right. They've got a ferry, and that's actually what we've been using is the Cassville ferry in their off season. Well, they're heading back to Cassville in the next couple of days because they've got a summer service to run, and we've got another service that is literally making its way up the river right now, and it will be in place. There will be no lag in service. It'll be seamless. So when Cassville leaves, the new service, Newt Marine out of Dubuque, will take over. So that's if you want to cross the river there, that's what you can expect. As we get busier into the summer season, we do expect it to get busier on the ferry. It can hold 12 vehicles. There are restrictions, no dual axle vehicles, no trailers. Motorcycles are welcome, pedestrians are welcome, bikes are welcome. But just be aware that it's probably going to get busier as we go on. So, and also we just started yesterday some road work. If you ever used that bridge and you had to turn from Iowa onto the bridge or off the bridge onto Iowa, that intersection was very, very tight. So we are reconstructing that area right now to make it wider. So it's a lot easier for traffic to use as well as for trucks to use that intersection. And we currently have temporary traffic lights. So it's one lane in each direction. And just be aware of that as well. And as far as the new bridge, it's crazy. It's just, I was over there a few weeks ago, and it's a huge erector set is the bottom line. They literally put it in steel beam by steel beam. And it is so cool to see it happening. And it's from the Iowa shoreline, it's stretched out a little over 200 feet over the first pier. And they started on Pier 2 in the river on the Wisconsin side, and that has stretched almost to the shore in Wisconsin. And they are now working back to the west. So it's crazy. I'm hoping to get over there in the next couple of weeks again to get some more drone pictures, get them up on the Facebook page.
Well, the story we had on the news talked about, those crews that are working on the bridge having to coordinate with the barge traffic. And obviously barge traffic, obviously that season kicking in as well. We're going to see more activity on the river over there.
Yeah, that's exactly right. It's coordinating with the barge traffic. On the Iowa side, the bridge runs over a railroad track. So it's coordination with the railroad. It's a really, really busy area. It's working with two states, the Iowa DOT, the Wisconsin DOT, Iowa DNR, Wisconsin DNR, Coast Guard, Army Corps of Engineers. I think I got them all. Well, the counties, Alameda County, and I believe it's Crawford County in Wisconsin. Right. So yeah, it's been quite the project. It's been crazy to just see how it has unfolded. And even though we've had a few things we didn't expect, we've been able to deal with them and overcome them, and now we're heading down the home stretch. Spring of 27 is when we're looking at getting that thing open, but it's moving along, and it's really crazy to see what it looks like.
And if people are making travel plans that maybe have normally used that bridge in the past, and if they want to use a bridge and not use the ferry service, it's quite a jaunt, though, isn't it? One direction or the other.
It is. If you are if that ferry wasn't there and you had to take a detour, and it surprised me, there are more people than I realized who come from Wisconsin to work in Lansing or vice versa, to go and work in Ferryville or DeSoto or some of the areas over there. But yeah, you have to go up to La Crosse or down to Marquette. So it's over an hour detour in one direction. So yeah, this ferry service has been pretty important. It was very important for us to get going because we wanted to make sure that we could accommodate people as much as possible, because this is a big impact on their life.
Anything else before I let you go?
One thing I just want to throw out there too, and I know we talk about it a lot, but I talk to people all the time and they aren't aware of it, is the 511ia.org website and the 511IA app. I say this time of year, it is so important to watch it, just because, yeah, I talked about some of the start dates of those projects, but even looking at the forecast now with the rain we could be getting, you and I both know we could get some snow yet. Those dates change. So if you stay on top of it and watch that app, we do everything we can to keep that thing up to date, according to the contractor schedules. You can make an account. It's literally just your email and a password. And then you can choose road segments or areas. And if there's disruptions or construction starting or something, you will get a notification through email or text message, however you sign up. So yeah, I really encourage people to use that. It's a very good source.
Pete, as always, we appreciate it. We will talk to you again very soon. Thanks again.
All right. I'm going to say one thing real quick, Bob, just so you understand what kind of people I work with. This whole time, it must be April Fool's. There's a window in my conference room here. And as we started the interview, somebody in a gorilla suit has been jumping around and waving at me through the window.
We've seen the shadows if you're watching the.
Oh, are you really? Oh, that's funny.
Passing back and forth, and I'm just like, wonder what the heck's going on there. But I was going to make a bad April Fool's joke to something that we've kind of laughed about in the last couple of years. I was going to say, hey, we're going to start on that west side, State Highway 122, do the other side of the bridge deck there by Walmart and all that.
Yeah, no, that one.
Since everybody thinks that's going to be a project, which is it's not.
It's not, exactly. We actually did that a couple of years before the bridge replacement. We didn't need replacing, just did a bridge deck overlay. So yeah. And the other thing I'll say too is that one between Pierce and Monroe, there are no roundabouts in that project. I still get people saying, "Well, I thought there's roundabouts in there."
We're gonna wait. We're gonna wait for a while on those, right?
Well, we'll see. There's the new program comes out the draft program comes out in in May. So we'll know more by then.
All right, sir. Thank you again. We appreciate it.
All right. Thanks, Bob.
All right, you bet. Pete Hjelmstad here, getting us up to date for the Iowa Department of Transportation here on your hometown news station, AM 1300 KGLO.